So, hi everybody, we are finally here.
Finally here. Hello, Oksana. Hello, everybody. And yes, we decided to focus on our things, the courses that we was talking about it, because we are very happy that what we do in Oksana, in
Yeah,
our because we needed to back off a little bit, but we are happy to come back and start new topics. They are important information that Oksana has to give to us. And the look today.
New York.
I
And
connected with New York.
New York is the city important in many timelines running in parallel with the one we are on. That's so-called a coincidence. Plus, I was with my kids just yesterday, right, at the Museum of Norton Museum of Arts, and I walk into this room. I actually got lost. Kids got lost. I was looking for them, and I see the cards, the tarot cards that Ephesia uses on display, and that's what it says. It's tarot cards by Pamela Coleman Smith, American born, United Kingdom, 1878 till 1951. Printed circa 1920-1930. Tarot cards. Archives of Library, Special Collections, Whitney Museum of American Art, New York. See, and if you just picked the short, you weren't thinking about all of this, right?
Yep.
And I send you the pictures of the cards and this information. You're like, wow, because there's something special about these cards. They really support what I see. And you said that the creator of the cards, channeled the information, the pictures, everything. She channeled them.
Yeah, apparently when she go to a state of trance, listening even music, and she's starting to, because if you guys knows the white tarots, okay, they are so detailed. Example, the Empress. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
is so detailed with the she. Every time I do a reading with a spread, I find always a new detail. Okay, and it's like it's give me the answer every time. And because
Yeah,
depends of the
created in
combination.
United Kingdom
She
where you live.
was she was just ahead of her time. If you guys see her story, apparently she is buried, sorry, in between Cornwall and Exeter Exeter, which she lived in Exeter in south of England.
Hmm.
Cornwall is basically on the west coast of England, and there is a town that she is buried, a little village, because she ended up
Mm.
there in solitude, and apparently because for her view, for her ways, because she does in poverty, they don't
Mm.
even put a stone, okay, with her name. So
Yeah.
they know that she's is buried there, and the name is, I think the place name is I don't know if it's Buri. I have to check again because I can't pronounce the name.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's in
it's hard
Cornwall.
those.
It's a small village, and in fact, we were with my friend. We want to go this summer and I will going to use my pendulum, my you know, roads to check where
Mm-hmm.
she's buried. I'm going to shot a
Make
video
do
about
a
it.
video. Yeah.
And I had another session with another medium where we channeled with her, and she was a bit upset because not only because she died in poverty, but because Mrs. My work, my art was not really understood at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, and today we're talking about New York. Everything connecting connects in New York. Okay, and yes, if you guys want, we can channel with Pamela Coleman Smith. We will do a session.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not today, or up to you, Oksana, or if you
If
have
she
other.
comes, you never
Okay,
know.
cool.
Because I kind of feel connected to her already when I start, even at the museum when I started reading information, because I felt like, the system wanted to beat her down. And
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing that actually the museum saved her cards, original cards she created, because as you know, the my video has been deleted almost every week. I mean, they delete
Yeah,
my videos and they tell me according to new terms and conditions. But that's what system does to you. I
yeah.
mean, I
Tell about
just
what's going on apparently with your videos, the strikes.
yeah, I got the strikes. I got videos deleted without strikes. The interesting part is all those videos are from the 2 years ago, with mostly 2 years ago with Russian clients. So apparently there's my brother told me that there's a Russian department of where of the platform we're on, and they look, that they basically it pinpoints the people with the pro-Ukrainian position, and they start beating them down. They take down the likes, the reviews. They even play around with the number of subscribers. They can do anything. But that's what's been going on all these months. Like almost every week or every other week, I would get a video deleted. Just like yesterday, they deleted yet another one. That's why, I've had a few sessions here and there, and I don't want to publish sessions because when my eyes are closed, when I'm in that zone, when that, going there to 4D, 5D, whatever higher. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even remember what I'm saying. I can't watch my video and then one word said and they'll delete it. But all my videos are still available on odyssey.com because
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's hooked up to my YouTube. Even if YouTube deletes my videos, they're still available on Odyssey, so you can watch even old ones with all the people I've ever done because they're not deleted there.
That's great news. I had videos deleted, and even the same video that was already deleted. I says, "What is going
Yeah,
on?"
you have to
I
back them
mean,
up with
even
Odyssey
if
or
you
Rumble
use,
or
because it's an algorithm, the way it works, they even detect this keywords. Example, you can't use
Mhm.
anymore this word together. Yeah, ABUSE, children.
Mhm.
Okay, if you put
Mhm,
together,
yeah.
they ban straight away. So
Mhm.
basically, they are keywords. You can't use the word traffic.
Yeah.
Okay,
But they
uh,
change the policy, they change the terms and
I think
conditions,
there are a lot
and they
of
update them
confusion with
every
YouTube.
month, literally.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. And then they tell you, yesterday I got this notice because we understand you were not aware of the new terms of, how could I be aware of the new terms of conditions 2 years ago doing my video? Of course, that's why we're not giving you a strike, we're just deleting your video. You know what
Oh,
I mean? Yeah.
oh, you
Makes me
are
feel better.
so really merciful with me.
But yeah, well, let's begin, I guess. I just see this figure staring straight at me. It's in black latex suit. It has this like a drop on reverse face, very thin, uh, like this face, Uh, it just it feels like some sort of robotic creature. It's standing in between you and me. System control. It's totally oh, there's a lot of them actually. So the matrix is like, looks like it's made out of little cubes in a big or large cube. So little cubes compose a large cube, and an intersection of each cube, there's this guy standing right now. They have a funky glow. That's why I was like staring, what is this coming from his head? But his head on top is split up, and it has like this invisible rays coming out of his head, which I see like light, and they incorporate it into the system of fake light. It's like, gives me this thought right away of this fake lights that we have at home, that it's not real light, it's fake, but it still does the job. And through this fake lighting system, they draw fake awakening scenarios, news, information system, souls get hooked up to this. So there's two layers. There are people who start totally being questioning everything and not repeating the system's narratives, and this is real awakening. And then there's on top the layer of fake. But the layer of fake is more like a mushroom. It tries to engulf, like eat up the because they're bigger. They're 56% over 38% of truly awakened people. And there's a layer in between who go back and forth because the physical conscious is is more like leading them towards the materialistic side. That's why they want to be in this 56%. So they go in between 38 and 56. I see the movement constantly because they're more interested. They're very attached to materialistic side. And it looks like now we are going through detachment of materialism of that. That's why a lot of people will be losing their homes and things through natural disasters. And also through natural disasters, the information will be uncovered. The old cities will get uncovered. The ancient knowledge artifacts will all go like, it's like you took all the sand of the deserts of the world. You would see castles down there, and you would see different civilizations and remains of alien groups and stuff like that. So on one hand, it's a cleansing. On the other hand, there's a lot of people are going with that cleansing, and which is hard to understand with a human mind, with a rational mind. So, but yeah, you can ask. Should I call on?
Just a question before we can connect with the Pamela. Is okay, it's a bit windy here. Okay, is with this new world, I mean, it can be in different timelines, of course. Anything is already, we have different timelines that are already happening, certainly things. The electric cars, which I personally I think that is a big flop anyway. Why they are pushing with electric cars, knowing that doesn't matter if it's no oil or petrol, even the electrics eventually will not work in a situation where I can feel there will be natural disasters as well. So everything is against humanity at the moment because first for our behavior, and second because we have these freaks that are in charge, these different alien forces that are in a war because we have reptilians against draconians. They are fighting for the power, even if everything is already set up. It's like they want to fight just to don't lose the DNA, apparently.
Electromagnetic blanket. The electric devices create electromagnetic blanket needed for the UFOs and other objects from different dimensions to appear here. It also is good for putting up different 3D holographic images for people to deceive them, like the coming of Christ and stuff. With there, whatever you're expecting, you will see, because it's like a dualistic answer. This is the first side. The other side, the earth is got so much depleted of natural, it's like blood of earth, like gas, that we turn to fuel, is like blood vessels. We depleted them so much. The original earth that sits all the way down, 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 somewhere down, It's covered with multiple layers. It's like too much for it, so it needs to get out from this system. It's like you're alive and somebody's putting multiple needles into you, sucking your blood out, and at some point you're gonna die
Yeah.
unless you rebel. It's a rebel. She's rebelling. That's why on the other side, electric grid, that the cars also contribute to, and also they're like mobile antennas. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first that came to me when you asked the question. They on the other hand are good for the preparation of the also smart cities, appearance of UFO objects, more digitalization of the level that is gonna split up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, like you have a mushroom, and if you take off the mushroom's head, that's what's gonna be. It's gonna be the different realities. People who want to be in the digital kind of ready, right? They'll
Mm-hmm.
be detached and they'll go. And there can be
Mm-hmm.
multiple layers detaching and going up. Um, and in all this, at the same time, there's going to be more people who will understand that what they believed in, or the narrative that they repeated after some people they thought they were good, smart, they believe they channeled the information, they believe their information, would get disappointed because they would see the truth through their own experience. There's a lot of people who are going to experience, those who are like falsely awakened, they might go through some experience that really show them the truth through physically experiencing something that they will have to understand that they were wrong about things. It's a small percentage of people though, Fizzy. It's not like, oh, everybody's gonna be awake. No, the majority are not gonna be awake or falsely awakened. They're just like, they're in these tubes. They're in these tubes. The tubes look like waterways to me, and each waterway contains information that is like little streams of information, and they are always in that information. They're blind, therefore, to the rest of the world.
Yeah. What I with my sources like Malanga, etc. They're telling that this is basically every let's say forces or groups of aliens. They have in some people already they own the NA. Okay, and it's like they market us or like they cows, yeah, like like a farm.
Mm-hmm.
So there are draconians. Basically, when they fight, is to don't to lose the DNA. They let's say they mark because they need our amnemic part, which is our etheric part, to be alive. Because aliens they are afraid of death. Okay, they don't have a spirit like us, which is eternal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and soul. So for to keep the aliens alive, which many are created by ourselves, and many they exist for from the basically the humans they contacted them because we are very smart. We contacted them like 1,000 years ago. So what's happened here is there are different let's say sides of they have 20% of DNA, 10% of DNA in let's say insects, insectoids, reptiloids, reptilians, draconian, even the beastie one, which is all the animal side. They have their own percentage that they can still suck our amnesic part. This is why we know what's happened in the last 3 years. Many people they lost lot of the amnemic part, which is our spirit. So less and less
Mm-hmm.
and less consciousness, because the consciousness one day should be um, meet again and be completed, because we are in evolution. We never stop until we can meet the circle. Yes, because consciousness wanted to have experience, so So this is why she has to create duality. This is why we are dual. But humans, they always choose yes or not. They choose the bad or the good, and we forget that the bad and the good is inside of us. So we have to accept first the dualism, to
Yeah.
accept that we are only one. So what's happened is, if this consciousness is robbed, okay, day by day by the media, fake news, syrups that they inject to us, fake, let's say, disease, they
People are taking over,
yeah.
Ethesia. I
Hmm.
see a bunch of people walking with black cubes inside. So your consciousness gets shut down. They put the black cube in your head. The black cube is connected to Saturn. It holds you on an impulse. It looks like a thread, like a fake glittery thread connected to Saturn that gives you information. So your consciousness is like a camera on our phone, records everything you do as a human being, but it's like a cyborg. You cannot say against the program. You can just see that your body can be killing somebody, but your consciousness can be saying no, and you cannot overlap the program with your no. So they read your free will when you get the black box in your head as an implant, because the figure of Putin decades ago got a black box. So consciousness was suppressed, encapsulated inside the body, could not say a word about the program or against the program. There's a lot of people like that right now. They're literally cyborgs. They run in a program. They don't have emotions.
Hmm.
They don't have a say. They don't control their lives. They just look like people, but they're not. That's what they want to build. Plus, there is a way for the empire of USA to control, let's say, Arabic countries by putting pressuring the electric cars idea, everything on electricity, because electricity is free. We are points of electricity. you know we can get electricity completely free, and we actually get it. I don't know why we pay for it, but the thing is, like, if all the Arab Emirates and all these countries who are rich because of the oil that turns into gas, right? This way you can like make them, deplete them of money this way too. So you gain more control of the territories, as an alien groups think that way.
Hmm.
You colonize more.
Well, in fact, now we have a lot, and every day, lot of signs that apparently they will come to be physically see by us. Even in American news, they told
Hmm.
that maybe the mother, or I don't remember what was the name, but they says in Las Vegas, example, recently, I think it was a week or 10 days ago,
Hmm.
there was a crash. These people from the garden, they was filming these tall people with a really big shining eyes. I think it was the Greys anyway, but they crashed down, and obviously they didn't take serious this information. But in Tenerife, which is a little island, the Spanish island, now
Hmm.
there are, so you can go to this mountain, you can see them easily. My friend, she was there, says I saw them, and I was a bit skeptical. They are showing themselves more and more, because apparently somebody says there will be a new Christ, which is apparently a fake one, and this is the aliens behind that. They are trying to do, let's say, they're trying to show themselves, because uh, even the governments in every country, they're starting to little bit talking, yes, maybe there are different sort of aliens, yeah,
Species.
and
It's done on purpose, right? Because they
they
would
don't
never show
call
anything on TV unless it's
exactly.
approved by who by those who control the
Something's going
whole.
on because we know they have an agreement. Russians, Americans, Chinese, they all have an agreement with the aliens. This is why they didn't call them UFO, but now they call UAP. Okay, WAP, something like that. So something is going on here. It's like, oh, what are you doing? They want to show themselves because again, it's the war, the real war. Apparently, the one that is in the
Mhm.
horse is fake. The real war is between the aliens for the DNA.
Yeah, yeah, because it's happening at the same time. Whatever happens here happens there. It's really, I see like tall grays
Mhm.
fighting with those Aryan race, tall whites, and reptilians are kind of in the middle, but
The opportunist,
they here
ready
and there.
to.
They here and there. They have different races who kind of support different sides. But what I see is Asian-looking people who got DNA from Greys against the people blonde, white skin and all this light eyes, you know. And in the mix, of course, there are Anunnaki, Anunnaki in the mix. So
Is it
it's
true,
but Anunnaki
Oksana?
is mostly used by the tall whites. That's what I really feel because there's something about their DNA that they're supposed to they want to control. And there's an agreement between those Aryan looking aliens and Anunnaki. Anunnaki is basically like Jewish people and other mixes of darker skin people.
A question, Oksana. Is the Anunnaki come from Nibiru? Because apparently Nibiru is a spaceship. It's not a planet. It's a
It's
big, massive spaceship that apparently they
explosion. Something
coming.
happened to the planet Ephesians. I just saw a huge explosion when you said like where they come from.
But they says that it's used now as a spaceship because they want to collect more humans as possible. Take
Hmm.
with them.
They built they named their spaceship after their planet. There used to be a planet, then it detonated itself. There's something happened there. Um, and I see a lot of reptilians there attacking. They got metallic kind of suits, like protecting their chests and backs, spinal cords on the back. And that's why it happened. There's laser blasts of like laser balls coming and exploding the center of the planet. And they built a ship. Um, they are very ancient race, Anunnaki. They have a lot of technologies actually in the grounds of Earth underneath that a lot of alien groups are looking for also.
In
But
fact, I
they're
took.
watchers of the planet. They go in and out of our system, in and out, like that.
Do you have a leader? Because I took three cards. I have the King of Sword, which is the soldier, is the super soldier, or whatever is the he brands the sword. Guys, I showed you just a little bit. I go to this combination, the soldier, but the fool. The fool means somebody that what is crazy in this planet Nibiru that want to
Mhm.
conquer. Guess what? The world. So is there a leader in this planet? Is there they have like in the planet or a leader?
Yeah, there's like a very tall, like Viking, like with a beard. He's got this like Viking head, like the hat, metallic round with the horns. That's what I see right now.
Wow. It's crazy. I have the card that is
Anu, Anu. That's what he says, his name.
Anu.
You know who he reminds me? It's like they draw those Greek gods. All the Greek gods are drawn in the image of Anunnaki people. It's like the god of like Neptune or something like this. Mm.
It's interesting, because I think this the history of the Anunnakis, what's happened. Yeah, there was a big fight between, I think it was two brothers or uncle, and it's like
Mm.
it's still there. This fight, this is never ended. Okay.
Yeah, because that's why in the World War II they wanted to get rid of all the Jews, and they
Yeah.
still are because they're representatives of Anunnaki. They're like
Hmm.
antennas for Anunnaki. They collect information, they transfer information. You know what I mean? And every alien race, that's why they try to seed their DNA, and that's why one alien group fighting against the other wants to first of all destroy this population or that population that carries the DNA of somebody who's against them, whom they're fighting against. That's why all these wars, plus these wars and these disasters happening in wars, they use the energy, low vibrational energy, to open portals for low vibrational beings to come from other worlds and get situated here. Right now, it's like a massive thing. It looks like a rose, but the petals like constantly moving out, 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 and it's opening something to the core of the earth. Um, I see almost like a interesting thing. It's like a big crystal, and the key is connected to the crystal, and it's spinning like this. And as it spins, the it's like a borrowing how do you say it? Like making a big hole in the earth to the center, because if you do that, that you can get access to all the underground cities and tunnels that
Hmm.
lead you under the big ice wall that is like a frost. It's like a refrigerator system. Because there's some metal wires underneath that I see covered with ice, and they're making this wall constantly going cold and icy for us not to see that beyond this wall is our beautiful world where we should be, as a matter of fact. We should
Hmm.
be there. We're like, they built this prison on a metallic disc. That's why people see it flat, because they didn't want us to be in our heaven anymore. Yeah.
It's interesting. You remember we do one of our recent chats. You mentioned the water, okay, that is starting already to make air infiltration. Yeah, she's moving. She's trying to change it. This is why we're going
Mhm.
to have.
Cleansed
I
by
mean,
water.
uh,
Yeah. Because
I
this
noticed
planet is
heavy
water planet, Ephesia. There should
floods.
not be islands on it. There should be all water. We're all aquatic beings, original ones, or those who feel strong connection to water know what I'm saying. How do you feel when you're in water? This time people should be all trying to move to water, or they feel a call inside. I need to be connected to water somehow, you know?
Yeah, the cards they are confirming because there is an uncertain. This behind you can see the water. There will be divide. There will be new islands and new territories,
Mm.
because heavy rain. Even in England, the weather is absolutely crazy. I never. June always was a nice month, but like not like now it's very hot here, and heavy rain suddenly. Back in my sorry, island in Italy, Sardinia, we had in now, which is summer, is sometimes it's cold, heavy, massive rain. There were already two or three floods, plus the dam that was destroyed in Ukraine created even more damage to the ecosystem. Okay, so I don't say that we can have a big disaster. I want to be negative, guys, but I'm just checking the global warming, which is one reason, but I think even the sun is changing. Even the ray of the sun is strange, okay? Because when we are, the heat is different. This and the planet always respond to the sun, okay, as well. This is why
Yeah.
the water can boil, can is not solidified. Sorry if I speak. Sometimes my words they're not very clear.
No,
Uh,
it's true.
because
Yeah.
sometimes I want to say two, three words in the same time and spell wrong. And basically, the ice is melting because the sun rays are super, super strong, like laser. Okay, it's super strong. I don't know if even the sun is it was still modified by uh, some programs. Okay, because we know about the moon, but everything is going like many people are predicting that there will be massive change in our planet.
It's like a
Unfortunately,
lens
oh,
system. Sorry,
fortunately.
if I wanted to say about the sun. I see the original sun, and then it goes through some lens system. They can add a few lenses to make it hotter, remove, make it cooler. You know what I mean? That fake
Hmm.
sun that everybody talks about right now, I really see it like a bunch of lenses put together into like a big massive disc, like in those antennas for reception on the roofs, kind of like
Hmm.
that, but made out of little mirrors, like not square but pentagon type, kind of like this. And there is like things that you can insert and remove. Those are lenses like glasses, transparent, something flexible. That's why, because they need to cleanse the level. The level is, there's something about the expiration of this program, Ephesia. Oh, this major program of the experimental grounds of this experiment are expiring. You have to rebuild it or build a new one. That's why you have to destroy it slowly. You cannot destroy it quickly, like Noah's Ark type thing, because the story was real. You know what they did? We have some sort of Ephesio, we have like a sand clock, and on top we have like Atlantis, like a huge city in the 5D. It's 5 6D. It's sitting there, and it's licking. They are ocean. Their islands are floating on ocean. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They're
Yeah.
floating in water, and the ocean is leaking now onto us. So we're gonna get more rain and more circulation of water in the system. And it's something about as above, so below, like this. I see the water going back and forth. Um, it's a system. It's hard to understand, but it looks like the universe and the systems in universe connected to some physics and math. What was embedded into the system as a program in numbers and letters and symbology of it, it works together. If one system is breaking down, the others are. That's why they're leaking the ocean onto us. And if we have this big earthquake like I see, I don't want to say where I see it for now, but that's gonna change them too. And that's gonna give like a lot of disbalance in this artificially designed universe too, which is gonna split a lot. There's countries are gonna split, countries that is attacking Ukraine. It's gonna some pieces are gonna be removed from it, and the same thing, some pieces of the universe are gonna be taken out. It's like a puzzle. They're gonna rebuild the puzzle, take it apart first, and then rebuild it. That's what I see. Can I? Oh, one sec. I need to go to the bathroom.
Yes, very interesting what Oksana is telling us. and I can tell that there will be already signs in a specific part of the world that they are already, the water level is already changing. And for what I see even with my cars here, I don't think that everything will going to happen very much soon, but I can tell only that it's fast. Again, the same card with the flood. That is still uncertain, for the in this world. I was taking a few cards, Oksana, and
Mm-hmm.
I keep in having this card, which is the Two of Swords, which is the yes or not, yes or not. What I go, a lady, she's blind, that is taking decisions. Okay, this is us, the people. Yeah, a lot of the majority of people is confused what to believe,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't do nothing to prevent these disasters because we can help at last even to be prepared, mentally prepared of this climate changing, global
Right.
warming. I can tell that the 30 or 40% is even our fault. But we have the planet Earth. She has a clock. She's like what you call it when
Right.
what they call this toy that spins.
Um, like a carousel, I always see. But when the bad news, for people say, "Oh, it's a bad timeline." I don't even want to know what's happening there. But I feel what information comes to me when I like go before I go to sleep, and I relax, that
Mm-hmm.
you have to know and look at those timelines to refuse them inside. This way, you're not gonna participate in them because people who simply refuse to even look at them, their action is based on fear. When you're afraid of looking something or you're just like focusing on something, just this what you want, a lot of times it would hit you out of the blue, the opposite.
Exactly. Because
It
you don't want
happens to a
to
lot.
accept reality. Many people
Mm,
put their head in the sand. Oh, and they says, "Oh, you are so negative. You just see disaster. You're always talking about negative." It's not about talking about negative topic. Is like is your house is getting dirty.
right.
You can't say no. I can clean tomorrow. I'm sure that is
Mm,
okay. The house is still strong. But if you don't clean, then you
right.
attract bugs. You attract damp. You attract everything. And
Right.
this is what's happening in this planet. It's like a house that is neglected. And many people neglecting the truth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
this is why we are called conspiracy theorists. They can call you any, but I mean, me and you, Oksana, we can say our opinion, okay? We obviously we don't say that we have the absolutely truth here,
Yeah,
but
of
I
course
mean,
not. I
this
mean,
is
these are
so
just timelines. These are just different
exactly.
timelines. You should understand. It's not
Hmm.
absolutely 100% that that's what's going to happen.
Hmm.
But there's a big possibility of that. And you just like listening to this say, I refuse to participate in this. I
Hmm.
refuse to experience it. And that's it. Because you don't want to give your silent consent, but not knowing. Knowledge is power, as always. If you know what they're thinking of doing or would like to do to you just say ahead of time, hey, I refuse. This way, even if it happens, you're not going to be part of it.
Exactly, because your consciousness says no. I know better.
Mhm.
I trust myself. A universe is inside of you because remember, consciousness is always one.
Sorry, Fizzy, I
You
have
know, it's
to,
okay.
he has a class online. Yeah, but
Homeschooling.
yeah.
Anyway, thank you everybody for spend the time with me and Oksana. We come back
Mhm.
pretty much soon. We're going to talk different topics like Pamela. I really want to focus on this wonderful lady, and maybe we can spend maybe a little bit time with her. We're going to check all these wonderful people that was here to give us some information, even the tarots.
Right. Meryl, you have a class. Okay,
I just
sorry,
started.
Fizzy.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's 11 o'clock, 11:01. Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.